Have you ever wondered what happens if you refuse a pardon, even a presidential pardon? Is it forced upon you, or are you just out of luck? After all, who would actually reject a presidential pardon? Any kind of pardon? Well, that was the question that was raised in the 1830s. George Wilson was not a good man, and he ended up robbing the U.S. mail, and in doing so, he endangered a U.S. mail carrier. At the time, this was a federal offense, and he went to trial and he was sentenced to death. Yeah, it was that major. So, what happened? Well, Andrew Jackson heard about it, the President of the United States, and he issued a pardon to George Wilson. Well, the problem is, George Wilson refused to accept it. This raised a lot of questions. People were running around trying to figure out what to do. In fact, it was so big that it actually went to the U.S. Supreme Court. So in 1833, the U.S. Supreme Court heard the case, and George Marshall, the Chief Justice at the time, gave the opinion of the court. He said, "A pardon is a deed to the validity of which delivery is essential, and delivery is not complete without acceptance. It may then be rejected by the person to whom it is tendered, and we have no power in a court to force it on him." This is a natural occurrence that happened in history, but the spiritual aspects of it happened all the time. Look at what's going on in the world today. Jesus Christ came to the earth and died for humanity, for the redemption of humanity, to pardon them of their sins. Yet today, people refuse that pardon. They reject it. God is not going to push it on them any more than the U.S. Supreme Court was going to push that pardon on George Wilson. In fact, people do this all the time, not just non-Christians, but Christians as well. There are things in the Bible that Christians refuse to accept because they say it's not for today. It's been passed away with. That healing isn't today, even though it is a biblical fact. If you don't believe me, you can argue with me in the comments, but study it for yourself. The word sozo, which is the Greek word that we translate to save, actually means to save, rescue, deliver, to heal or make well, to preserve or protect, to make whole or restore. And the word that we use for salvation in the Greek, it's soteria. It means salvation, deliverance, preservation, safety, rescue, wellness, and wholeness. It is an all-inclusive term for everything that we could possibly need as humans. It covers spirit, soul, and body, the natural and the spiritual, for this time and in the next world. It goes back to Jesus' name in Hebrew, Yeshua. It means Yahweh is salvation. But if we don't accept it, if we don't receive it, it's kind of like it never happened. For you at least. For everyone else, they accept it and they get to experience the benefits of that salvation, of that redemption, of that pardon. So today, if you haven't already accepted that pardon, go ahead and do it. Because if you don't, it's like it never happened. Hey, if you got something out of this, why don't you let me know in the comments? I'd love to hear if it's blessed you or not. And if you disagree with some of the stuff I said, I'd love to hear that as well. And if you enjoyed this and want more, push that subscribe button, the notification bell to not miss out, and the like button so more people can hear this message. Thank you for joining me. And hey, YouTube thinks that you'll like one of these other videos, so why don't you click on it and see what I got to say there. I will see you next time, and stay blessed.